What is up, ladder climbers? Antoine Wade here from Elevate to the Unknown and the Wade Report in nextgenheights.com. And it is Monday, December the 1st, 2025, 7 a.m. Central, and we are live on the Daily Climb. Happy December. We made it to the last month of 2025, and I got a birthday to tell you guys about. Yesterday, November the 30th, ChatGPT turned 3 years old. 3 years. That's 3 years old since the big disruption that this thing has caused. Now, let me give you some numbers. 800 million. That's how many people use ChatGPT every single week. 800 million. That's 10% of the world's adult population. Every week, they are using ChatGPT. 29,000. That's how many messages that ChatGPT gets every single second. Not every minute, not every hour, every second. 500 billion dollars. That's what OpenAI is worth right now. The most valuable startup in history. 500 billion. 3 years old. Guys, insane numbers, right? Absolutely insane numbers for a 3-year-old company. I want you guys to type 3 years in the chat if that number blows your mind. All right. Now, here's what they are not telling you, though. 57%. That's how many workers are using AI at work without telling their boss. 57%. KPMG surveyed 30,000 workers. More than half are using AI secretly. They are not telling anyone. They are passing off AI work as their own work. And one 21-year-old, he did it for 2 years. His name is Noah Olson, a software engineer from Ohio. He used AI to do half his work for 2 years. While everyone else worked 40 hours, he worked only 20 hours. The other 20 hours, what did he do? He posted on Reddit. He posted on YouTube. And then he got caught. I want you guys to type Noah in the chat. If you want to hear this full story, type Noah in the chat, okay? Let me see who's all in the house today. Let me see who's all in the house today because we are going to have a fantastic show, all right? But here's the warning that nobody's talking about. A professor at UC Irvine said something this week. He said this: the junior people are useless. She's talking about workers who rely on AI. They can't think without it. They can't code without it. They can't solve problems without it. AI is making workers dumber, she says. That's the de-skilling warning. ChatGPT turned 3, 800 million users, 57% using it secretly. One guy coasted 2 years, got caught. A professor says junior workers are useless. Welcome to the AI arbitrage. Let's get it. Let us get it today. That's going to be what our show is about today. Okay. Good to see you guys. It's good to see you, Mr. Governors. Good to see you, Big Sus. Good to see you, Mr. Streets. Good to see you, D. Good to see you, Ant Dog is in the house. Good to see you, Listen More, Talk Less. I love that name. Good to see you, Tech Middle Chat, my brother Jabron. Good to see you, The Life of Cam. It is a beautiful morning. T says, Black Heights in the house. Yeah, man, I'm in the house. It's time to get to it. Let us go ahead and talk about our first segment of the day. I'm going to tell you about Noah Olson. I'm going to give you the full story of how he worked 20 hours. 20 hours a week. That's it. And he did it for 2 years. And what happened when they found out? I want you guys to stay with me on this segment, okay? Stay with me on this segment. Guys, welcome to the Daily Climb. It is Monday, December the 1st, 2025, and I need to tell you about Noah Olson. Business Insider published this story this morning. Noah Olson, 21 years old, software engineer at a roofing company in Ohio. For nearly 2 years, he kept a secret from his manager. Here's what he was doing. He said this: I was copying and pasting all of my tasks into an AI agent such as Cursor or Claude Code. and I would let it do the work. Let the AI do the work. This is what he said. So he said, so instead of having to work about 40 hours a week, I would work around 20 hours. 20 hours, he says. I want you guys to type 20 hours in the chat. Type 20 hours in the chat if you think this was fantastic. If you guys think he was doing the right thing, type 20 hours in the chat. Now, what he was doing with the other 20 hours, I had to ask that question as well, too. He said he was scrolling through Reddit and watching YouTube. Reddit, YouTube, on the clock, getting paid for 2 years. Now, here's the thing here. He's not alone. Okay? He's not alone. I'm going to show you guys something. KPMG and the University of Melbourne, they surveyed more than 30,000 workers between November 2024 and January 2025. 57% said they use AI at work in more non-transparent ways. Non-transparent. That means not telling their boss, passing off AI work as their own. 57% is more than half. I want you guys to type secretly in the chat if you've used AI without telling anyone. You guys all got screen names. Nobody knows who your real name is. Type secretly in the chat if you used AI without telling anyone. Okay, no judgment. Now, there's a name for what's happening right now. An AI consultant named Glenn Hopper said this. Right now, there is AI arbitrage, an arbitrage opportunity. For AI savvy workers whose managers and peers are behind the curve, arbitrage opportunity. That means if you know AI better than your boss, better than your coworkers, you got an advantage. If you're using AI, you're getting polished, completed reports and spreadsheets that look incredible. If you didn't know AI did it, you would think that basically someone took hours to create something crazy like this, right? That's basically what it is. Any of you guys ever turn in any sort of, data and reports or something like that, and you did it in such a quick way, and your boss is like, man, this was great. This was fantastic. Give me that business plan, Antoine. Antoine turns it in within 5 minutes. Next thing you know, the boss is like, oh man, that looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. That's what they're talking about. If somebody is behind the curve and they don't know anything about AI, they haven't been using it, and you're using AI behind the scenes, it makes work look incredible. You can do that with spreadsheets. You can do that with PowerPoint. You can do that with all kinds of things these days. And if they didn't know, you would think someone took hours to create it. Hours of work done in minutes. That's the arbitrage. Okay? That's the arbitrage. Hours of work done in 10 minutes. That's the arbitrage. All right? But here's what you guys need to know. McKinsey, they just released a report. 2/3 of companies are still in the experimentation phase of AI or pilot stage of AI deployment. 2/3. That means most companies haven't figured AI out yet. That's why the arbitrage exists, but it is closing. Let me show you what happened to Noah. Okay? Let me show you what happened to Noah. Let me go back to the Noah story here. Over the summer, his employer hired an AI specialist who taught everyone on his team to use the same shortcuts that he'd been relying on. So they hired an AI specialist. One of the people that, took the time out to learn AI and put himself out there as being an AI consultant and an AI specialist to help train people in AI. Kind of like my brother Jabron, who's watching this show, an AI specialist. And the person that they hired taught everyone the tricks that Noah was using as well too. He said soon after he was expected to fill the hours he spent slacking off with additional work. So, he was working 20 hours a week using his AI code or AI tool to code. And next, everybody else was like, man, this guy's freaking awesome. Noah's awesome. He does all this good work, right? Next, they're bringing an AI specialist into the company, and the AI specialist teaches everybody that you can be using these tools as well. Okay. Now, Noah has to do 40 hours of work because everybody else has caught up. Everybody else has caught up. The arbitrage closed. So what did Noah do? He quit. He quit in September. He visited China for 2 months. And now he's doing freelance software engineering work for an employer in Europe. This is what he said. He said that his employer hasn't caught on yet to his penchant for AI coasting, but he's still doing it. New employer, new country, same game. Here's what he said. He said, if you're not at one of the bleeding edge companies, then you can use AI to do a lot of your work. But who knows how long that will last? Who knows how long this will last? I want you guys to type window in the chat if you see the window closing. Type window in the chat. Okay? That's the AI arbitrage. That's what people are doing right now. That's what people are using. I know people who have multiple jobs in the corporate world because they can AI arbitrage. They have been able to automate part of their real world or their real work that they do at one company and automate half of it, what they do at another company, and they're able to have multiple jobs. Now, I'm not saying that's the way you should go about doing it, but they're able to do it. It's not what I believe in, but that's what they're doing. That's what people are doing. It's all over the internet. Some people are using AI to coast, to slack, to get paid for 20 hours of work. But the window is closing. Companies are hiring AI specialists and they are training everyone. The advantage goes away eventually. And then when everyone catches up, you potentially may be getting caught. So you want to be careful with doing things like that. But if that's your game, that's your stick, I'm not going to hate on that. I'm not going to tell you what not to do. That's your thing. All right, so the warning has been set. I've told you guys about it, what the AI arbitrage is. Here's something that I want to talk about in this next segment that nobody's talking about. It's about a professor that says AI is making junior workers useless at 23% or at 73%. Okay. Because there's so many people using ChatGPT right now. So it's making people useless. And a lot of it is being used. It's not even work related. Okay. All these people who are using ChatGPT is not even work related. The majority of it is not work related. I want you guys to stay with me on this segment. All right. Welcome to the Daily Climb, guys. It's Monday, December the 1st, and I need to give you guys a warning. Anastasia Berg, okay? Assistant professor of philosophy, University of California, Irvine. She was on a podcast this week, and she said something that, when I heard it, it stopped me. And I was like, I got to bring this to the ladder climbers on Monday morning. This is what she said. She said, the junior people are useless because they cannot help themselves from using it. She's talking about AI. She's talking about young workers who rely on AI so much they can't do anything without it. God dang. This is what she said. This is what she said. Useless. Computer science professor say that students and early career developers are relying so heavily on AI tools that they are no longer learning how to write or debug code on their own. They can't code without AI. I want you guys to type uses in the chat if that warning concerns you. Think about this, right? When I was coming out of school, the way how I became a better programmer was by programming. Well, just imagine now, if you're coming out of school and, college somewhat gets you prepared for the real world at about a 25% preparation percentage, which is not a lot. And your real world exposure is the experience that you will get, that you ultimately get. But now you have tools that help you to do some of that coding. Of course, you wouldn't learn how to code. It's kind of like speaking a foreign language in school and then all of a sudden not using it and having a translator do it for you. You forget it. You absolutely forget it. Now, here's what's really happening here. It's one thing for a senior coder to use AI, but the junior people are useless because they cannot help themselves from using it. A senior coder, they learn the fundamentals first. Then they added AI. A junior coder, they started with AI, never learned the fundamentals. When AI makes mistakes, a senior coder can look at it and can fix it and can say, you know what, this is a bunch of crap that the AI gave me. A junior coder says, you know what, this is good. And they can't fix a dang thing. They can't fix a darn thing. Because they don't know how it works. Here's what she said in the article about the long-term impact. She says the threat to the highest level of their ability is just tremendous. Tremendous, she says. This is what she says. Okay? Let me show you something else. OpenAI did research on how many people use ChatGPT. In June 2024, 53% of messages were non-work related. 47% were work related. 53 were non-work, 47% were work related, roughly half and half. By June 2025, non-work messages jumped to 73%, work messages dropped to 27%. 73% not for work. People are using AI for everything: emotional support, daily decisions, advice. Professor Bird called it this. She says, quote, the majority of AI use among adults isn't work related. It's constant advice, a lot of weird sociability and emotional task management. Emotional task management. People are outsourcing their thinking to a machine. That's what she says. This is what the data says. Man, I want you guys to type relying in the chat if you feel too dependent on AI. If you feel too dependent on AI, type relying in the chat. This is one thing I love about the generation that I'm in. It's because these tools have come out after my foundation or our foundation have been built. So we can leverage it as just what they are, tools. Generations who are born into this stuff and that's all they know, and they parents are lazy and don't, create structures around how they are able to use technology. They grow up into a environment where they are dependent on things and they lose the ability to create a strong foundation. Okay. This is one thing I love about the generation that I'm in. We came into the internet after we've been born. Our foundations have been set already. We know what it's like to not have the internet. We know what it's like to read a yellow page and get a yellow page book and encyclopedias. We know what that's like. We grew up just like that. We didn't have the internet right away. It came. We learned. We adapted. AI, the same exact way. Now, here's the big picture. Noah Olson coasted for 2 years. 20 hours a week. Searching Reddit, scrolling Reddit, reading articles, looking at YouTube videos, whatever it is. He got caught. Quit. Started over in Europe. Still coasting. But what did he learn? What skills did he build? If AI goes away tomorrow, could he do the job? That's the question. Professor Berg is warning us about that question. AI can make you more productive or it can make you useless. It depends on how you use it. Do you use AI to learn or do you use AI to coast? That's the split. There's two paths here, guys. Let me make this clear. The arbitrage exists. You can use AI to work faster, to get ahead, to produce more. But if you use it to coast, to avoid learning, to skip the fundamentals, you are building a house on sand. When the window closes, when everyone has AI, when the advantage disappears, what will you have left? If you use AI to learn, you will have skills, you will have knowledge, you will have an ability. If you use AI to coast, you will have absolutely nothing. I want you guys to do me a favor in the chat, type learn or coast. On which path are you on? Type it in the chat. In this next segment, I'm going to show you 3 people who chose the learn path. One is 57 years old, struggled for 6 months, learned AI, landed at Toyota with higher compensation. Another is 24, changed his strategy, landed at Amazon. The third is 21, posted his work on LinkedIn. LinkedIn hired him. 3 paths, 3 ages, 3 wins. I want you guys to stay with me on this next segment, okay? But real quick, before we continue, if you're getting value from the show, make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, especially if you are new here. This is your first time watching The Daily Climb. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. Every single like on these videos help this channel reach more ladder climbers. Every single subscribe helps the channel grow. We go live every single weekday, 7 a.m. Central. This is your ladder climber career guide. This is the CNBC for your career. Okay. If you believe in this mission, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Do it right now. Do it right now. Okay. Also hit like on the video. Let's move on to segment 3. Okay. Got a good story to tell you guys. It's going to be a good one too. All right. Now I'm going to show you 3 people who chose the learn path. Same AI revolution, different approach, different outcomes. Lee Givens Jr. This is Lee. Okay. 57 years old, lives in Seattle. Business Insider published his story this weekend. This man worked at Microsoft for years. Then he worked at Meta for years. Then he worked at Apple for years. Has a big tech resume. Lee Givens making all kinds of money. Big tech resume. In September 2024, his contract at Apple ended. He started job searching. For 6 months, he says, I had numerous conversations and interviews, and then a lot of nope, you didn't get the job messages. For 6 months, conversations, interviews, rejections. This is what he said. He said, I never had that problem before. Throughout my career, I had almost never actively sought a job. Most of the jobs I had came through friends or recruiters who actively pursued me. This is what Lee Givens said. Crazy resume. Worked at Apple, Meta, Amazon. He worked at all the big tech companies. But he said that in 2024, something happened. Something changed. All the companies who used to be pursuing him, they stopped pursuing. He was getting interviews, getting put on by his friends. Then he said, getting a whole bunch of nopes. Whole bunch of nopes. He was used to being recruited Now he was being rejected at 57. I want you guys to type 57 in the chat if Lee's story gives you hope. Now, here's what he did. He said this: I decided to take some time to learn as much as I could about AI and the basics of how AI frameworks like PyTorch and Modular's Mac work. He learned AI. He learned AI, not to coast, not to slack, to understand it. This is what he said. He said, my goal was to understand AI so I could better communicate with engineers working on the technology. And then what happened? Toyota reached out. April 2025. After about 2.5 months of interviews, he joined as a staff product manager. His total compensation higher than what he made at Meta and Apple. 57 years old, 6 months of struggling, learned AI, landed higher compensation. This is what he said. This is what Lee said. Here's what he said. One of the biggest takeaways from my career journey is that when there's a major technological shift, such as the rise of the internet or AI, you have to reinvent yourself. You need to deep dive into technology to really understand it. You need to reinvent yourself. That's the lesson. This is from a 57-year-old. Gen X. This one taught me something. I love the word reinvent yourself. Get down and build the fundamentals. Learn certifications. Do them. Great message by Lee Givens. I want to show you another one that I came across, okay? Talk to you guys about another one. Jugal Bhatt, 24 years old, originally from India. Business Insider published his story this weekend as well. He moved to the U.S. in 2024 to get a master's degree in computer science from the University of Illinois, fighting Illini, whatever you call them. I think they're Illini, right? Orange color, Champaign, Illinois, beautiful campus. Been to that campus a couple of times. Spent some time in Champaign, Illinois to do some work at a Horizon Hobby for a warehouse management project. Beautiful city. But 8 months before his graduation, he started his job search. He says, I thought my job search approach was solid, but in hindsight, it was holding me back. What was he doing wrong, he said? So I was mostly code applying for software engineering jobs. Whatever I could find of interest on company websites and job platforms. Code applying for months. Now, no interviews, he said. I want you guys to type code apply in the chat if that's been your strategy at times. Type it in the chat. Go to LinkedIn, you see a whole bunch of jobs that you may qualify for. Next thing you know, you apply. You apply code. You don't reach out to recruiters. You don't reach out to your network and none of that. Type it in the chat. Here's what he changed. He said, I started by making a list of 100 to 150 companies that I wanted to work for. A mix of startups and larger tech firms. 100 to 150 companies targeted. He said, every morning I'd spend time searching for people from these companies on LinkedIn. I'd identify more than a dozen people from each company and try to connect with them or follow them. He found the people, connected with them, commented on their posts. Said I comment on their LinkedIn posts to get on their radar and eventually reach out about roles of interest. And then an Amazon recruiter reached out via email about a role that typically required more than 3 years of experience. He said he didn't have the 3 years of experience, but he asked if there were junior level openings. They said, keep an eye out, reach out if you spot good fits. So he did. Spotted 3 or 4 roles, emailed the recruiter, did the assessment, did the interviews. July 2025, he got the offer from Amazon. Here's what he said. He said, I believe my connection with the Amazon recruiter gave me a competitive edge in the application process. The connection, not just the applications. 24 years old. He changed his strategy. He landed at Amazon in this job market. Ain't that the same stuff I've been telling you guys to do? If you've gone to a coaching session with me, the same exact thing I've been telling you guys what to do. Five to 10 companies. This is the exact same thing that Marcus did. The exact same thing. 5 to 10 companies that you want to work for. Learn as much as possible about them. Learn about the people. Reach out. You guys are getting this information for free. It's all there. We move on to the next one. Let's talk about the third one. We're going to call him Daya Mavani. Daya Mavani, 21 years old, originally from India as well. Business Insider published his story this weekend. He went to Amherst College, triple major. Guess what he majored in, guys? He didn't major in anthropology. He didn't major in history. He didn't major in Indian studies. He was a triple major. He majored in computer science, mathematics, and statistics. During his freshman year, he developed a support system for statistical programming. That became part of an introductory statistics course. People started asking to chat with him. He said, I couldn't devote much time to each individual. I still wanted to share my resources, so I decided to document my learnings and my progress and share them online. So what did he start to do? He started to post his work on LinkedIn, on his personal website. Here's what happened. He said a recruiter at LinkedIn contacted me directly on the platform to discuss an internship opportunity, which ultimately led to my current full-time position as a software engineer at the company. He posted his work. LinkedIn recruiter found him. Now he works at LinkedIn. Make sure you guys type LinkedIn in the chat if that strategy speaks to you. Type it in the chat. That's what he did. Here's what he said. He said, when I first heard someone say that content builds your career while you are sleeping, that really moved me. Dang. He said, when I first heard someone say that content builds your career while you are sleeping, that really moved him. Content builds your career while you are sleeping. That is 3 people, 3 ages, 57, 24, and 21. 3 different paths, same outcome. They learn, they position, and they landed. Lee Givens, 57 years old, learned AI, landed at Toyota, higher compensation. Jugo back, changed strategy, landed at Amazon. Daya Mavani, posted, worked on LinkedIn. LinkedIn hired him. Noah Olson. Go back to Noah now. Let's go back to Noah. Noah, he coasted. He got caught. He had to start over. Same AI revolution, different approaches, different outcomes. You guys are getting it. In this next segment, I'm going to give you your action for December. Certification deadlines, free opportunities, and what you need to do this week. So I want you guys to stay with me, okay? But before we do that, let me tell you about the Patreon. If you guys want early access to content, you want a community, you want Saturday morning calls, you get direct access to me, check out the Patreon. You get templates, checklists, a fantastic community. If you want to go deeper on any of these subjects, if you want to connect with other ladder climbers, if you want the support, check out the patreon.com/Black Heights. Okay. We're building something special. And if you want to be a part of it, check it out. All right. Let's jump over to the actions for December. Got to give you guys some solutions, right? We don't just talk about the fear on this channel. We talk about solutions as well. It is Monday, December the 1st, first day of the last month, and I need to give you guys your actions, all right? Let me break down what's happening right now. Action number 1, AWS reInvent. Happening right now, December the 1st through the 5th in Las Vegas. If you're there in person, you get a 50% discount voucher for any AWS certification exam. That voucher must be redeemed by January the 31st. Even if you're not there, AWS is offering 25% off all exams plus a free retake. Okay. So if you don't pass, the deadline for the first attempt is February the 15th. The retake deadline, it's March the 31st. All right. That's action number 1. Action number 2, Microsoft Ignite Challenge. Complete one of 9 Microsoft Ignite challenges. Submit the entry form by December the 15th. That's 14 days. You get a chance to win a 50% off voucher for Microsoft certification exams. 5,000 vouchers are available. Okay. Action number 3, Salesforce. And this one is free. Salesforce is offering free AI associate and AI specialist certification exams. And they are doing that through December the 31st. All right, free. 31 days left. The Agent Force specialist certification, first attempt is free, valid through year end. Action 4, Microsoft Fabric. DP 600, DP 700. Free certification vouchers worth $300 each. Plus 50% off DP 900 and PL 300. If you complete the training and pass by December the 31st, 30 days, it is free. Okay. Let me give you the ROI, because this is the part that many people need to be sold on. Person View published research in 2025, and they called it the value of IT certification report. 32% of candidates receive salary increases after earning a certification. Of those who got pay increases, 56% were rewarded within 3 months, 83% within 6 months. Most pay increases range from 6 and 20%. 31% got raises above 20%. So it's real money and it's real fast. It doesn't require you to go and get, a college degree or a master's degree and spend 18 months or 24 months sitting down in a university, when the education is going to get old as soon as you leave or before you even start. Certifications is the way to go these days. Get you the right skills at the right time so you can cash in on it right away. Now, here's your action for this week. I want you guys to pick one. AWS, Microsoft Ignite, Salesforce, Fabric. Don't try to do all 4. Just pick one. Or if it's not any of these, pick something that you're learning around the AI world. Guess what Lee Givens, Lee Givens, at 57, he learned AI frameworks. He landed higher compensation at Toyota. Jugal Bhatt, at 24, he changed his strategy and landed at Amazon. Daya Mavani, at 21, posted his work on LinkedIn. LinkedIn hired him. They all took action. Now, Noah Olson, he coasted. He got caught. The arbitrage window is closing. Companies are hiring AI specialists, training everyone. Everyone is catching up. When that happens, what will you have? You either have skills or you either have nothing. Many people in the chat, when I asked the question, if you're going to be the person that learns, the majority of people said learn. So I know who I'm talking to on this channel. But maybe you're going to come across this video and you're not live with us. Which one are you? Okay. You're going to be the person that learns, or you're going to be the person that coasts? Majority of people who watch this channel are the ones that's learning. Okay. Real quick, if you want this research in your inbox every single day, Monday through Friday, sign up for the newsletter. Okay. It is in the first link of the description of this live stream and any other live streams that I post out there. It's the first link in the description. Check it out. Free newsletter, Monday through Friday, a complete breakdown of everything that we talked about on this channel. So you don't have to go and, oh, what is it that Antoine was talking about? Which one of these certifications? He said a DP 600, DP 700. All that will be in your inbox for free, Monday through Friday. Sign up for the newsletter. Okay. All the data, all the analysis, all the actions, all the deadlines in your inbox every single morning. Today's show, a full recap will be there. Link in the description. Check it out. Let me bring this home real quick. We started with the birthday. We started with the birthday today, guys. ChatGPT turned 3 years old yesterday. 800 million weekly users, 29,000 messages every single second, $500 billion valuation in just 3 years. Shows you the work that you can do and how much progress you can make in a short amount of time if you just take one step forward. 50% or 57% of workers use AI secretly, not telling their bosses. You got Noah Olson that we talked about. 21, worked 20 hours a week for 2 years. AI did the rest of his work. He got caught. Then he quit. Then he started over and he's still coasting. Noah says, you know what? I'm sticking to the man. I'm just going to do half of the work. I'm going to use AI to do the other half, and I'm going to travel the country and do whatever I need to do. Okay. That's what he said. That's what Noah said. All right. He got caught. But then you said, you guys heard the story of Professor Berg. And Professor Berg warned us, said this: the junior people are useless because they cannot help themselves from using it. AI can make you stronger or AI can make you weaker. It depends on how you use it. Lee Givens, 57, struggled for 6 months, learned AI. Now he landed at Toyota with higher compensation. Jugal Bhatt, 24, changed his strategy and he landed at Amazon. You got Daya Mavani, 21, posted his work on LinkedIn. LinkedIn hired him. Same AI revolution, different approaches. Coasting gets you caught. Learning gets you hired. The arbitrage window exists, but it is closing. AWS reInvent. That's happening right now. Ignite 14 days, Salesforce free 30 days, Fabric free for 30 days. Pick one, start today. All right. If you made it this far, feel like this, you're different. I want you guys to make sure that you hit the like button on this video. If you haven't already, if you are new to the channel and haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit the subscribe button as well. Join the Ladder Climber community. We show up every single weekday, 7 a.m. Central, CNBC for your career. Ladder Climber group. I want you guys to share this with someone that needs to hear this, someone that's still coasting, someone who needs to start learning. Hit the subscribe button. I want you guys to help me grow this thing together. And if you want to go deeper, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Black Heights. It is growing. We have Saturday morning calls. We have deep dives. We have direct access to me. We have templates, patreon.com/Black Heights. Link in the description of this video as well. And if you want research in your inbox, all the research that I do for this show, if you want it in your inbox every single morning, Monday through Friday, check out the link in the description of this video. Sign up for the newsletter. It is completely free. You get today's recap. It will be there at 11:30 a.m. Central. Okay. As soon as I'm done with this call, I make sure that newsletter is prepared to go. I said call the show. Okay. This is Monday, December the 1st, 2025. ChatGPT turned 3, 800 million users, 57% use it secretly. Noah coasted and he got caught. Lee learned, he got hired and higher compensation. Jugal changed his strategy, got hired at Amazon. Daya posted his work and got hired at LinkedIn. The AI arbitrage, you use it to learn, not to coast. The window is closing. What will you have when it does? What will you have? This is Daily Climb. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you, Tech Back Trey. Jason, good to see you, ANC Worker. Tech Middle Child, good to see you, my man Jabron. Good to see you, The Life of Cam. You guys go and crush your Monday. Hopefully hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I had a good weekend, man. I did a lot of relaxing this weekend. I did a lot of chilling, a lot of much needed rest and recovery. I feel good today. Feel real good. But guys, go and have a good rest of your Monday. Have a good start to your week. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care now. Bye-bye.